Well, good morning. Hello, 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 Virgos. Come on in the room. Hey, Bree. Hey, Drea. Hey, Kiana. Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? Is it Friday? Happy Friday. Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. What I'm going to do, I was supposed to have my other deck, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one or a tarot card first before we get into the oracles. I want to just get the energy of the Virgos who are watching, who's in the room now, who will be coming in watching the video. So I just want to set my intentions on that. But let's go ahead and see. Let's see what's happening here with the Virgos that will be watching this video. Let's see how your energy is going to be for the weekend. I may come back tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. But let's see how your energy is going to be for the weekend. One card here for Virgo. One card. And I'm not going to do it reversal. This is interesting because I was literally saying I was not going to do it reversal. You guys have the Three of Swords in reverse, and you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, even if we upright this and upright this, I still feel that there's going to be something that may trigger you this weekend. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with love, y'all. It doesn't have to be. Because remember, the Wheel of Fortune is all about smooth sailing. And there could be something tomorrow, maybe tonight, today, while you're at work, going to work or something, where something is not, it's not smooth sailing like you want it to be. Okay. And, expectations could be shot a little bit here with the Three of Swords, right? So that's something that I'm seeing. And remember, it's only for a few days. So we have to look at it in a few days type of thing. But I do feel that for some of you, you are in this energy where you're just like, okay, can things start to get better for me? Can things start to flow better? And I feel like it's mostly in the work end, interpersonal relationships with friends and family this weekend may get a little strained for whatever. I mean, it could happen with a lover too, especially if that's who you guys are around the most. It could be misunderstandings. It could be. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's in reverse, is still a major arcana, and it's putting you on track to actually make things right. But just based off of what I see, I feel like there's going to be something causing a little bit of disruption with this Three of Swords, okay, in the upright. Now, we're going to go ahead. Now, what we're going to do here is, I didn't even realize. I keep forgetting that this is a love deck. We're going to get to this in a minute. I keep forgetting that is a love deck. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the reading for Virgo. Let's start with some oracles. Hey, everybody. Hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What does Virgo need to know after seeing the Three of Swords? What does Virgo need to know? Let's get one more. What does Virgo need to know after seeing the Three of Swords? What does Virgo need to know? Okay. All right. So Virgo, I see here the Two of Pentacles, and then I have the Page of Swords. All right. It says, life may be feeling a little out of balance right now. Makes sense. We just talked about that, right? It says, for some of you, though, one thing that I do have to tell you about the Two of Pentacles, you have a lot of things on your plate, okay? So you may feel a little busier this weekend or feel more pressurized over the next week, okay? Because I don't want to just say it's this weekend, but I feel like it's going to be this weekend going into next week. There's something about your energy that feels very pressurized. You guys feel like you have a lot that you have to do, and maybe it's not getting done the way that it's not getting done the way that you want it to get done, right? And one thing that I can tell you, Virgos is all about making sure things get done right. Like, we don't care about things getting done. It has to be done right. That's another thing that's kind of bothering you guys. Some of you guys have to study for school, and you have tests or exams that are going to be due. And you're like, okay, how am I going to get this done? I want to make sure I study, but I can't focus. I can't concentrate. It's something like that I see that's happening here for you. And I feel so bad because I can see that you guys are panicky a little bit. And remember, it started off with that Three of Swords. Remember, it started off with the Three of Swords and that Wheel of Fortune. And so for you, again, I remember the whole conversation that we had before these cards came out was that things are not necessarily going as smoothly as you want. And so the Two of Pentacles is rocky. Look at her, rocky, right? Like a little rockiness that's happening. And I'm telling you, it's going to go into next week. I don't see that this is just something that's going to happen only this weekend. You're expect to be busy, expect to have a lot to do. And so the Two of Pentacles is saying, can you master being able to balance things and control things? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Now, you also have the Page of Swords. The Helper of Swords or thought is the Page of Swords. This says your life is about to start moving very fast. Events that seem to be on hold suddenly, all of a sudden, need your attention. You see that even me, I'm going to be honest, I'm actually surprised that the cards are coming out the way that I said it in the beginning. There was nothing here that talked about smoothness. I just felt it. I'm not really sure what's happening particularly for you, Virgo, but it isn't. It feels like you have either been putting things off on hold, procrastinating, or something like that, and now it's like an urgent matter. Tax season is like, this is like the 15th that's about to come up, and so everyone has to do their taxes or at least have to be in or something like that for a few of you. Some of you guys know that your children is going to be out of school very soon, and so you have to take care of that. Maybe it has something to do with moving, but it does feel like all of a sudden you have all of this stuff to do within not just a day, but then within a certain amount of time in 1 week. And so you feel very pressurized, like I said before. Here it says, there's no time to sit and ponder. Okay. You got to get moving. This is what you're going to be experiencing. Now, whether this happened for some Virgos this week or next week, but I feel like before you get out of April, you're going to start feeling things where you're like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, and your heart is going to be racing a lot, right? This is running up the stairs, this is running to the car, this is running errands, this is all types of stuff, pressurized energy here with the Three of Swords, I'm telling you. Let's keep going. I'm just going off the dome, y'all. I was looking at TV and I was like, let me just go ahead and get Virgos today. Let me just get Virgos. Let me just go ahead and get Virgos. Let's see what's going to come out here for Virgo. Let's see what's happening here for Virgo. And then we're going to get to love. I always like readings like this because I feel like you guys appreciate stuff like this before, the weekend. Perfectionism and procrastination. Stop playing. On the money. Prioritize, please. This will relieve any type of negative consequences that you are going to experience because you did not get something accomplished. Now, the fact that these cards are coming out is a warning for those who will be watching. It doesn't matter if you can relate to it or not. Okay? That means moving forward, if there's business or something that needs to be taken care of, you guys need to take care of that. And I'm telling you, as a fellow Virgo, it needs to be taken care of. And I'm telling you, I've experienced that recently when I'm like, how the hell did I forget to do that? Like, how the hell did I forget to do that, right? Here it says, look at your excuses and be honest about the things that you put off to start making changes and open more doors to opportunity. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because here it talks about progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. It says, still waiting for the perfect time when you guys can just start putting things into place. Stop waiting because the time is now, with the understanding that you will constantly be making changes needed to survive and flourish. Okay, there's really never a perfect time. You just have to get going here. All three cards are saying the same thing. Started off with saying what? Things are not going to necessarily go as smoothly for you the way that you want. And because of that, you're being challenged to move forward in those circumstances, in those conditions, to still keep moving forward, regardless of what it is that you are experiencing. Here, it talks about outdated thoughts, though. Here with the outdated ways, your behavior patterns, things that you've been doing, you cannot keep doing it in that way. Okay. Your traditional thinking and ways of doing business, and even how you are in relationships and how you are with other people, interacting with other people, your day-to-day activities, it's not conducive. It is vital to keep in tune with the modern era to stay ahead of the curve. You're not staying ahead of the curve, and that is totally not a Virgo energy. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's keep going. I am not reversing nothing. This one I did say reverse, but then it ends up, I still looked at it that way. Now, however these cards fall, it's how they fall. If they're in reverse, they're in reverse. Remember, this is only temporary energy. That's what I'm asking for. So we're going to see what's going to come out here for you, Virgo. We're going to go ahead and pull. This is for Virgo. Let's get it. Virgo, Two of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands in the upright. Woo, Queen of Wands in reverse. You guys already know I hate the Queen of Wands in reverse. And that the fact that that's even in the future, that shit pisses me off. I can't stand it. Let's talk about the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You had the Two of Pentacles in the upright. Well, that was part of your oracle. Here with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it says overcommitted. There we go. You see how it matches? I didn't know what this says on here. You overcommitted yourself to too many things. And the thing is that, like I said, some things just need to get done. That's just a fact, right? And you're also telling other people that you're going to be able to help them or do something with them or be able to accomplish something with them. And it's like, you haven't accomplished what you need, babe. Okay? There's too much struggle here. With your time and your energy and what you're needing to get done. This is out of balance, out of whack. Two of Pentacles talks about out of balance, out of whack. Okay. And some of you guys may actually make a decision to drop something in the future. Now, I don't necessarily see that for all Virgos. I just don't, because remember, we talked about perfectionism. That's the opposite of perfectionism. I don't see that. I feel that, but for some of you, you're going to graduate from college, graduate from school. It won't be as many things. I feel like there is eventually going to be a relief that you're going to feel. Yes. But right now, a lot of what's happening with you with being pressurized is because you are putting this on yourself. You are, and I feel like you're including people. And I don't know who you're doing that to, but I feel like you're including people. Or this is something that you've been doing. Now let's talk about that. Even if this is not something that you will be doing, this is something that you've been doing. And now this is a time to relax and to focus on you. Can we just say it that way? Now, here with the Four of Wands in reverse. For some of you, there's something about your home that's changing. Now, Four of Wands, usually, I mean, it's a home energy. I don't read it home. I don't read it in the home way. I don't really read it that way. But I do feel like there is this, because remember, Four of Wands is stability. We have to look at what the four is. Fours talk about stable conditions, and it's in reverse. Unstable, Two of Pentacles in reverse. Unstable with the Four of Wands in reverse. Remember, I said short-term energy. Not going as easily or smoothly as you would want. We talked about that earlier. Now, this could be just feeling overwhelmed, okay? Now, this is also like family, friends, lovers, or whatever that could make you feel like you are not welcomed. Could be all perceived, yes. But I do believe that for some of you, you guys you may perceive this person to not be as warm or welcome as you would want them to be. Or you may be accused of that. Right? Because remember, this is still a home. Who do you consider to be your family? Who do you consider to be, part of, home is the heart, right? And so there's someone that you will consider to be your home, your heart, that isn't as warm or welcoming as you would want them to be. Or you are being accused of that. Maybe you're thinking a lot, or maybe they're thinking a lot. Maybe it's a lot that's going on with them, that type of thing, but it's a perceived thing from what I'm seeing. I feel like maybe you feel a lack of support. Again, we're talking about a lot of things that you're experiencing. So to me, I feel like that is what you may experience this weekend. Over the next week, you may feel this sense of a lack of support. Okay. Ace of Wands is good because the Ace of Wands is in the upright. That's actually really good because it's the opposite of procrastination. I feel like because you are in this energy of like seeing things so chaotic, you're like, F it. You know, sometimes that's what puts the fire up on your ass here with the Ace of Wands. So I do see things actually getting done just based off of the Ace of Wands. This is a good energy because it's excitement. So, and this is, we talked about that progression over perfection. That is the progression. That's taking action in something. Now, before I get to this Queen of Wands, oh my God, let's talk about love for a second because those are going to be the next cards we're going to pull. Money, I see things have been not great. That is going to change for you. Some of you guys are going to do a windfall or get some type of windfall or some type of money that you did not expect coming in here. I'm telling you, I see it. I don't know where it's coming from, but I do see that. This is the reason why the universe is saying you have to get out of some type of old, outdated thinking and ways and habits, because if the universe is going to give you something that's great, we don't want to go backwards based on your old behavior patterns and your thinking. But I do see that something is going to change for you in a really, really good way. And it is going to make you excited. Okay. There could be a job that's going to come about or some type of or something that's on the side that you have that's going to really start taking off for you. It could be something like that, maybe a business, but it could be anything. It could be anything. And I actually see passion and sex in this reading. I do feel like that could occur this weekend for some of you. I feel like if you guys have been waiting for someone to communicate with you, if you've been waiting for someone to act on some type of plan, that could be the thing that's going to bother you this weekend, because it looks like some of you were expecting to see someone or expecting to be with someone and someone canceled. You know, maybe at the last minute that could happen. Maybe for work. Okay, but that could happen. Okay. I also see that there's someone who's holding back their feelings. There's someone who actually really do have feelings for you. Excuse me, but they're holding back on expressing themselves for you. Okay, is what I'm saying. And that could be another reason why I say perceived feeling, like perceived lack of support or feeling unwelcome by this person. It could be because of the way they are, right? It could be. There is someone in your energy, though. I am going to tell you, there is someone in your energy that's a little demanding. And maybe this is the reason why you're having a hard time saying no. This could be a family member, this could be a lover, this could be whoever. There is somebody here that's just like they're kind of demanding of your time. And so the only thing that I can say is that you're going to have to put yourself first. That's the energy that's happening with these eclipses. And it's trying to bring attention to you, Virgo, which you're going to be more supportive of yourself, and not saying that you can't be supportive of other people. But if this is a lover, I feel like there's too much demand on their needs and not enough on yours. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's see what's coming out here for Virgo. Virgo, please. Unexpected events. Things are not going to go as planned. On point this morning. Oh my God, on point. This actually doesn't have to be bad. Okay? Sometimes the unexpected event is that you're going to come across the love of your life. You're so busy, Two of Pentacles, you're so busy, you're minding your business, and this person just pops up out of the blue. Oh, I didn't even expect for this to happen. I told you guys, a lot of you, that's how you're going to meet your partner. Here it says, expect the unexpected, something you don't see coming is soon to change your life. Here it says a door that was closed is now open. This is for you, Virgo. You see the reason why that Wheel of Fortune came out. because a lot of you have been feeling very unlucky, very unloved, very unwelcome, maybe even neglected by the universe. And this is why I said before it even popped over that this will be in the upright. But it was telling me how you were thinking and what has occurred, right? And so I love the fact that that is the change of direction. So fast, so quick. And it told you here, what does it say? Your life is about to start moving very fast. Events that seem to be on hold will require your attention. And I feel like for every Virgo, this is going to happen over the next 3 months. And I'm saying 3 because all of us are on different timelines. All of us have different rising signs. But if you are a Virgo, it's going to happen one way or the other. Now, what this means for you is going to be different. It's going to be jobs, it's going to be lovers, it's going to be opportunities that you have based off of your ability and skill that other Virgos don't have. But you will be having a turning point. There is going to be something that is going to happen that is going to change your life. Okay, now if we're saying that that's on a macro level. On a micro level, again, things that you don't necessarily expect this weekend, things not going as smoothly, but it could also be some good stuff that can happen that, can put you in your mind at the beginning part of the week. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened this weekend. I can't believe that occurred, right? Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. In sync. Whoo! You just get each other. You just get each other. Perhaps you finish each other's sentences or know what you are thinking. This connection feels effortless. I would say that this is definitely someone that a lot of you are going to meet, whether this weekend or not. Remember, I said this energy is going to stretch out. There's going to be someone that you're going to meet. Isn't it interesting? It's falling right up under the Destiny card. You don't have to strain this. This is not something you have to strain. You're not going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to feel uncomfortable in your relationship because part of the Four of Wands is feeling home. This feels like home to me. And because it's in the Four of Wands in the reverse, a lot of you are in relationships and connections, or even within yourself, within your body, do not feel comfortable with your circumstances right now. And that is going to change. That's the unexpected event. This is for Virgo. Okay. Running and chasing. You guys know I do not believe in twin flame. Don't even play with me like that. If you've been on this channel long enough, most of you have. Hello, shout out to everybody in the comment section. Y'all been y'all been here forever. Y'all know I do not believe in twin flame. Because if you look up the definition of twin flame, what does it mean? Torture. Baby, that ain't for me. There ain't nothing cute about it. Don't be coming over here with no man-made definitions on how some toxic ass connection is supposed to be for me. Yasmina don't want nothing to do with that. I say soulmate because soulmates can come in different forms. And this is what that means. I'm not about to make an excuse to be with somebody who is not wanting to be with me. I'm not going to make an excuse about that. Because again, the Queen of Wands talks about self-esteem and confidence. Me and you and some other Virgos, we are not on that. We are not vibing on that level. If you don't want me, I don't want you. And you guys already know I've always been that way. Okay? And that is not something that some people are born with. I feel like I was born that way a little bit, right? But that's also something that I put into practice. If you don't want me, I don't want you. Best believe that. Here it says, you and your twin flame may switch back and forth between two roles, often out of fear of experiencing true intimacy. I don't have fear of intimacy. I don't have fear of intimacy. There's not going to be switching of roles. I'm not going to be scared of being intimate with you, and then you're afraid of being intimate with me. You may be afraid, but don't put that off on me. There's no projection over here. I know who I am and what I am and what I want. Okay. Now, this could mean, because you guys already know I can look inside of the card, this could mean that yes, there is going to be a connection that is going to be very intense, or a connection that you feel, you just know that there's something between you and this person, where for some odd reason there is a little challenge there. Let's just use this as a challenge, but don't make this be something that it's not. Because remember, people be like, well, remember, they're with someone, they're married, and they're single, by the way. That's even the worst ones. They're single, and they're not seeing me right now. They're all over the world doing everything with everybody. And guess what? Touche. I'm not saying that I'm going to be doing everything with everybody, but I'm going to be doing me. Okay? I feel that for some of you, you are dealing with someone like this, and this is kind of like excuse making. There are people who want to be with you. This is what the in sync card said. It literally said there are people who you're going to be in sync with. Why would you trade this for that? Why are you pretending that this is something that this is? That's two different people. There's two different energies. Look at what came out at the bottom of the deck. Dark night of the soul. Yeah. And what does it say? Your twin flame could be experiencing a dark night of the soul, a period of spiritual desolation, disconnection, and emptiness inside. Now, that is true. People experience this even when they're married. You guys already know I was married for a very long time, right? And you're going to have periods in your connection where your person isn't going to be, just amazing, right? They're going to be experiencing things, loss of parents, loss of jobs. They're experiencing certain transits that they cannot explain. You're going to experience that with someone that you love. That is true. And that can be a test for you, because it hurts you when you love someone and they're going through something. And a lot of you are going to be with someone and they're going to be experiencing things and going through things, and you have to be the person that's going to be their Four of Wands. Okay? Not everything is going to be amazing. All right? Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Two different people. Let's get the last one here for Virgo. We need to get to the Queen of Wands. Let me talk about her for a second. Y'all already know that's a drama-filled queen, right? Especially when she is in the reverse. Oh my God, look at this. I can't wait to get to that. She's a drama-filled queen. Now remember, everything that we're looking at is not just love, right? This is the love portion. But remember, drama-filled queen could be anybody. Somebody at your work, your sister, your brother, your cousin, anybody as family member. Your lover could be tripping. Okay, we're saying that there's something on this weekend. I'll say something that you'll experience more so this weekend, where someone may not just be their normal selves. Okay. And it can get a little testy. That's what we saw with the dark night of the soul, which makes sense because, like I said before, that's kind of what I see. But the way that it's going to turn on its side, right? The way it's going to turn, things are going to really start blossoming for you and getting better. But I do feel like there's just a little rocky period just before you exit the tunnel, right? Of like uncertainty. There's going to be something that, oh God, what is this? What's going on? Okay. That's what I see. And then once you exit, then that's the bright light. That's just like, oh, we're fresh air. Things are starting. That's what it's going to feel like. But I do feel like a little triggering energy. Here, the last card says, your worst fears are being awakened, such as what? Rejection, abandonment, loss, commitment issues that are coming out of the closet. You are being triggered. We already know that, because right before it, you had running and chasing. Remember, we said before, some of you guys in this energy right now, not what you're going to experience, but right now feeling unwelcome and unloved. And you feel like this person doesn't love you. You feel rejected. They're not opening up. They're not communicating as much. Some of you are actually in committed relationships where that is indeed happening. If you are in a committed relationship and there has been commitment issues, then it will make sense why you are fearing the loss of your commitment. And this is what I'm saying. Some of you are experiencing very chaotic events. That is what the light mean. That chaotic electric energy, where some of you guys are experiencing that, and it's hitting what? The interferer. Now, interference can come in many ways, but it is someone who brings drama into your life. It is the problem, the person who causes the problem, the situation or person that causes the problem. And so something is going to make you a little frightened, okay, about maybe a lover or something to do with a family member where you feel like they don't love you, okay? Or this could have been an issue that you guys have been having. This could be daughters, sons too, right? Where you just feel like, what can I do to make our family a little bit more stable? And some of you are going back and forth. This has been a fight between your family members for a while. Some of you have been in that energy, okay? I love the fact that it ends this way though. Chart compatibility. I love that. Because it literally says, if you haven't, it says this is a relationship that is going to be aligned perfectly for you. And it says you're learning more about them, and that can actually help your relationship. This feels like someone that you just met. This feels like someone that you will be meeting. This does not feel like someone who's been in a committed relationship. Okay. You need to get rid of any type of predictable, repetitive cycles of on and off relationships that could be toxic and harmful. Why put yourself through such an awful experience? I told you some of you guys have some weird attachment patterns, attachment styles to how you are in relationships. But we already talked about that before, right? But anyway, this is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you are interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below in the description box. I have openings today and tomorrow. I do not have openings any Sunday or Monday, not until Tuesday afternoon. So if you want to get in, you can. All the information is down below. I love you guys. Have a good day. And I may do cash apps later as well. Love you guys. Bye.